What's up, YouTube? I'm Ace Palomero, South Texas Realtor, proud son of the Rio Grande Valley, and someone who needs to shave this porn stash off my face soon. Anyway, today's video is mainly about Winfield Communities and the 400 homes they plan to build next April here in this area. So let's get this rolling. So Winfield Communities is I guess a construction company based out in Laredo, Texas. I just got this email about a week and a half ago, and according to their sales manager, and I should probably contact her, I don't know, next week. But according to their sales manager, they're building a new master plan community called El Milagro out in Mission, Texas. This is straight from the email. It's going to have neighborhoods of single-family homes and townhomes intertwined with parks, gathering spaces, and a town center that has a real Main Street personality, complete with daily conveniences like groceries and major retailers. The community will even include a waterfront boardwalk and an amphitheater. Yeah, I want to, again, I don't know if I said this earlier, but there's going to be 400 homes in this neighborhood next April. So it sounds like it's basically Tres Lagos, but in Mission, and specifically South Mission, like south of the highway. And, okay, so that's their corporate office. Let's zoom in over here. Edinburg. Yeah, they have Canton Heights, Edinburg. Looks like Winfield Communities building single family homes there, starting high 300s. All right. Over here, Las Villas, Sherryland Plantation. So, I believe according to the email, they have 5 homes still available. They're building townhomes at the Grove in Mission. And over here is the new neighborhood that email was talking about, El Milagro, single family and townhomes. So yeah, between Conway, and what was it, Anzaldúa? So, I mean, I think that's a good thing, right? 400 homes being built next year. I don't know if all of them will be completed next year, but yeah, that's adding inventory to our housing market. It's also going to be creating jobs for everybody who works in the construction industry. One thing though, and this is for both buyers and sellers, one thing that you should keep in mind is that if demand basically stays the same and we add all that inventory to the market, that's like downward pressure for the price. Yeah, because if demand stays the same but inventory goes up, then price is gonna come down. It's just basic economics 101. To put those 400 homes into consideration or into context, let me throw this up on the screen. So yeah, I said the 400 homes were going to be started in April, right? Like, okay, let's say they throw them all up, that miracle, right? All 400 homes get built in April, which will probably not happen. But in April of this year, 2023, there were 336 houses or single-family houses sold in the McAllen, Edinburg, Mission, MSA or Metropolitan Statistical Area. In Mission, there were 1,414 active listings, or that was the inventory. So that would increase that inventory by like what, roughly 30%, or a little over 30% actually. If you look at Mission alone for April of this past year, there were 173 active listings and only 43 single-family homes sold. So that's something to consider for both buyers and sellers if you're looking to get into the housing market next year. I want to show y'all this data from Mission, Texas, and this is from Redfin.com. And Redfin's site. So for median price starting January 2023, we actually had negative year-over-year growth. So you have mostly of the, I guess, typical seasonality for median price. So February went up from January to February, and you also had a 7.9 year-over-year growth. Same thing in March. April actually dipped for both month over month and year over year. May went up for month over month, year over year. June went down from May, but it went up year over year. And July looks like it basically went down a little bit, and it also for month to month and year over year. August it went down from that month to month data, but it went up 17.2% year over year. And September it went down both for month to month data and year over year data. If you look at the number of homes sold starting in January, like there was a huge drop off, 54.5% year over year decrease. In February, there was an increase from January, but year over year, there was an 11.5% decrease from February that previous year. March, they had that increase from month to month, so but it went down 19.4% compared to March 2022. In April, it went down compared to the previous month, March, but it had a 17.5% decrease compared to April of the previous year. May increased from April 2023. There was also a 19.6% increase compared to the May of the previous year. But then you have a 27% decline if you compare year-over-year data in June. And you combine that also with a decrease from the previous month of May. July 2023, you had a slight increase from the previous month of June, but you have a negative 6% decrease if you compare it with July 2022. And in August, you have a slight increase from July of 2023, but you have a 19.7% decrease compared to August 2022. And in September, decrease from previous month, and a decrease of 8.2% compared to September 2022. I also want to show y'all McAllen, also on Redfin, just to compare and contrast, right? For the median sale price, starting in January of this year, let's scroll down a bit. It looks like we have the regular seasonality, but for the most part, it increased year over year. The only difference was in March and in February. Because March was when basically the government bailed out Silicon Valley Bank and other banks. But let's look at number of homes sold. So starting in January, basically, even though it looks like, I guess starting from April, you had the regular seasonality for number of homes sold. Even if you count January, February, and March, year over year in McAllen, Texas, you had less homes sold for every single month if you compare it to the previous month, or compared to that same month of the previous year. Yeah, so January, 33% drop, February 28%, 10% in March, 38% April, May had 39%, June 28% drop, July 29%, August 9% drop, September had a 5% drop. While we're on Redfin, I just want to show y'all a couple articles. I'm just going to read out the headlines from Redfin, and this is from October 23. New listings and pending sales ticketed up in September, but deals fell through at highest rate in almost a year. Austin, once a migration hotspot, is losing home buyers to other cities for the first time on record. And this is October 26th. Housing market update. Buyers get some relief as new listings finally increase. More sellers drop prices. Depending on the metro, you probably have a lot of like these big like national home builders who have to drop their prices because they overbuilt. Gonna have the lists. I mean the links for those articles in the description below. But I mean, you should probably go check it out yourself. But the reason why I'm pointing them out, it's just to kind of show y'all that anybody who said, like, prices only go up in real estate, that they're full of it. Like, real estate's like a lot of other industries where it's cyclical. And sometimes those cycles can take, like, years, but things eventually go down. But like if you're thinking like long term, like 20, 30 years, then yeah, I guess it goes up. But if you're thinking like, oh, it's never gonna drop, like in like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, like prices can drop. To the degree of which they drop though, like that's the question. One of the reasons why I showed y'all those headlines is to encourage home buyers and would be home buyers to negotiate. Uh, 2023 is completely different from 2022 and 2021 for real estate. And yeah, you can see from those headlines, and if you've been involved in any, I guess, transactions that didn't go to close, and even transactions that did go to close, like you'll this past year, you'll probably realize that yeah, sellers are willing to negotiate, whether they're the I guess the owners of those homes or like the home builders. And to illustrate, specifically here in the valley, so this is a quick comparative market analysis report that just had the software spit out, and I'd set it to residential property types, houses, and I'd put in the search Edinburg, McAllen, Mission, and FAR. Put beds for 3, baths is 2, and these are basically for these types of properties, everything sold in the past 7 days. So there's 23 properties, and we had the median list price at $235 and the median sale price at $227. So that's a difference of $8,000 from the list price and the price that the properties actually sold. That's a 3.5% difference, give or take. So yeah, don't be shy about negotiating. If you feel like you're lowballing, but you think there's a chance that they'll accept, like, why not? You should probably just make sure you're good for that offer, though. That's not super I guess indicative of anything though. Real estate's really local. Like that search had like four cities. So usually for comparative market analysis, it's gonna be in the same like neighborhood, same subdivision. Like your radius is gonna be like a quarter mile, maybe half a mile, and it's like properties that sold usually in the past 3 months, maybe 6. But that's mainly it. That's it for the video. Just wanted to bring y'all the news of that brand new community coming to Mission, Texas next year. Over 400 single family houses and townhomes coming to El Milagros. And just a reminder, if you're a potential buyer or a buyer looking to enter this housing market, don't be shy about negotiating. And if you're shy regarding negotiations, if you have a realtor with you, I mean that's what we're supposed to do for you. Other than that, if you found anything useful in this video or even entertaining, like and subscribe. Bye.